The scripture does say that no man knows the day or the hour, but it did not say that no man knows the year. In the book of Isaiah chapter 63 verse 4 reads, "For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come." So now let us examine the coming year or years of Christ, or the year of his redeemed. You must realize that in the study of theology, that a day often means a year in terms of prophecy. Let me give you an example. In the book of Numbers chapter 14 verse 34 we have, "After the number of days in which you search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall you bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and you shall know my breach of promise." Here is the clearest example in the Bible where the prophecies of days actually means years. This, of course, is the prophecy that the children of Israel will wander in the wilderness for 40 years, or a day for each year, or a year for each day that they transgress. Now let us get into the year of the Lord, or Christ redeemed, or those he will purify and save. Now in the book of Revelation, we read about a futuristic Babylon that has fallen, and the Lord calling his people, his redeemed, out of it. In Revelation chapter 18 verse 2, starting at verse 2 we have, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is fallen." And the fourth verse reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues." In chapter 14 verse 8 we have, "And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Here the scripture is giving us hints or guidance about concerning the year of Christ redeemed. The scripture references a future Babylon and its fall. But wait a minute, there is an ancient Babylon that fell, and the prophet that foretold it was the prophet Daniel. To fully understand this, this prophecy concerning the futuristic Babylon, we must be mindful that ancient Babylon was both a chief city of the kingdom of Assyria, and Babylon was a kingdom of itself. But I will explain this. We're going to look at the two ancient Babylons in the Old Testament. Now, the kingdom of Assyria, or Babylon, the first one fell in 614 BC. Now, in reference to the purify of the Lord, or the year of his redeemed, let us turn to the book of Daniel, starting at chapter 12 verse 10. "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days." So here in this prophecy of Daniel, we are given the time of the purified or redeemed. That is 1,290 days and 1,335 days. Of course, we know that these days are referring to years. So from this prophecy of Daniel, with reference to the fall of Assyria, or the first ancient Babylon, in 614 BC, we see that the year of the redeemed, or the first beginning year of Christ, is 2012. If we add the years 1,335 plus 1,290 years to the time of the first fall of Babylon in 614 BC, we have, when we add those years to the fall of the first Babylon, we have 2012. Now let's talk about the fall of the second ancient Babylon, or the kingdom of Babylon. In order to do that, let's understand the 7 years of tribulation, or the 70th week of the prophecy of Daniel. We know that a week consists of 7 days, So the 70th week refers to 7 years of tribulation, or 1 year for each day. Now we know that the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation refer to the fall of Babylon. The book of Daniel refers to the 7 years of tribulation being broke up in half. One half of the 7 years of tribulation is referred to in Daniel, and the other half of the 7 years referred to in the book of Revelation. We have just read about the first half of the 7 years in the book of Daniel. In Daniel chapter 12 verse 11 we have, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there should be 1,290 days. 1,290 days is 43 months, which is just about half of 7 years, or 84 months. So the book of Daniel references half of the 7 years as 1,290 days. So what does the prophecy of Daniel's 70th week say? In the book of Daniel chapter 9 verse 21 we have, yeah, while I was speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation. And he informed me and talked with me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. At the beginning of thy supplications the commandment came forth, and I am come to show thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore understand the matter and consider the vision. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. And in Daniel chapter 9 verse 27 we have, and he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Here in Daniel we see the angel Gabriel tell Daniel that the time before the appearance of the most holy, or Christ. In the 27th verse, Daniel tells us that in the midst or the middle of the 70th week, we have an indication concerning one who comes of one who makes desolate, or the beast. The book of Revelation gives us more insight concerning the work of the beast and his time during the middle of the 7 years of tribulation. In Revelation chapter 13 verse 4 we have, starting at verse 4, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Okay, here we see that the beast is given 42 months, which is half of the 7 years. 7 years is 84 months. Concerning those blasphemies and the 42 months, the prophet Daniel bears the Revelator witness. In the 7th chapter of Daniel, verse 25, we have, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. When the scriptures refers to a time, this is referred to as 1 year. And when it says times, this is 2 years. Okay, and when it says a half time, this is a half year. Now, if we look at a time, times, and a half time, we have a time is 1 year or 360 days. Times is 2 years or 720 days. And a half time is a half of a year or 180 days. Now, if we add the numbers 360, 720, and 180 days, we get 1,260 days. Now, 1,260 days is equal to 42 months. If you multiply 30 days times 42, you get 1,260 days. Now, the prophet Daniel tells us here that the beast will wear out the saints. The Revelator bears him witness. In chapter 13, verse 7, we have, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them." So now we see that the 70th week of Daniel, or the 7 years of tribulation, is broken down by 1,290 days, which is revealed in the book of Daniel, and 1,260 days, which is revealed in the book of Revelation, or the 42 months. Of course, we know that these days represent years. Now, the kingdom of ancient Babylon fell in 539 BC. Now, if we add the years, or the quantities of 1,260 years and 1,290 years to the date of 539 BC, which corresponds to the fall of ancient Babylon, we arrive at the year 2012.